And I think that's part of the problem that we have in this generation, that we know so much but yet we do a little. So I don't know about you, but I love social media. I like learning new things, listening to people's perspective, and also getting to see the world at large. But at some point, we actually need to sit down, take a break, and re-evaluate what we've been consuming as a social media consumer. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is Makolile Ayeni, but you can call me Mrs. Ayeni. On today's video, I want to share 3 things that I noticed when I was off social media, or by this time I'm still off the normal social media platforms, and I want to share my 3 experiences, or 3 things actually, that I noticed about social media and the effects that have on us as the user as well. So I started this year 2024 on a fast, and then I decided, okay, since I'm fasting food for my spiritual growth, let me just also take a break from social media in January. That was so I normally took my 21 days fasting period. I was off social media, I was praying and reading and all of that. So after the 21 days was over, I said, okay, fine, let me just push to 1 month until the end of January. And I planned that, okay, I'll just come back by the beginning of February. But the first thing that I noticed in that 21 days and the days after the 21 days in January was this: peace. Oh my god. Peace. The amount of peace that flooded my heart and my mind as well. Like everything just became like so clear, so peaceful, so normal, so serene. I don't know what type of words to use again just to try to describe the peace that I've had. Because I know when you have the social media apps on your phone, or you are actively using it, not necessarily as a poster or someone who posts on the social networks, but just as a user or a consumer, yes. Just as a consumer of the content that is available online, I actually realized that, oh my goodness, the peace that I'm experiencing now without the platform is so much that I didn't have a desire to go back and use social media per se. But I wasn't really on so many social media platforms. I was just mainly on the 3, which is Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So I've been off mainly on Facebook and Instagram. And I remember last year when Threads came up, I also jumped in and I downloaded the app. But what I noticed is that, or the mistake that I made, was that the people that I'm currently following on Instagram are the same people that I'm still following on Threads. And there was this other button that I just clicked. It said that you would follow the person or the people that you are following on Instagram. So gradually, as people were posting, they will share the same thing on Instagram and also on Threads. So now, during the whole day or most of the time, they'll just be posting the same thing over and over. If you see it on Threads, you'll see it on Instagram as well. So I was like, okay, let me just cut down on the one app that is new and not be addicted to it as well. But one thing I noticed, that as I was off the platforms and not actively using it, I spent less time on my phone, and I had more time to focus on other things as well, like in my personal life. So that was the type of peace that I had. Like, I didn't have that urgency or that urge to always be on my phone to check on what's happening, on what the person is doing, or what the person is posting, and also the pressure of constantly following and liking and seeing what's happening on the streets of Instagram and Facebook and YouTube as well. So even though I kind of curated my algorithm to just feed me with content that is helpful and motivational and motivating my Christian walk with God, at some point I was just consuming the content and not applying what I've been learning on the social media platforms. Even though they're telling you this book has helped me, and this other creator will come and say, okay, this type of podcast has helped me, and this type of content strategy, or anything that you are watching on the social media platform, you just consume and you never get the time to actually do it, because you are constantly on the network, you are constantly watching the things and just feeding your dopamine. So that's what I saw, that I was just feeding my curiosity, wanting to know more and doing less. And I think that's part of the problem that we have in this generation, that we know so much but yet we do a little. So when I actually just stopped, or I took a break, because I really don't know when I'm coming back on the platform as a user, and also as somebody who would like to create more content also on those platforms. I realized that it's time for me to sit back, reevaluate, and see what I have been consuming, how has it helped me, and what am I applying from the content that I've been consuming also. So that peace of mind, like Jesus would say that I have come to give you peace that passes all understanding, I think that's the peace that I'm currently and really enjoying by this time. Just the peace of just walking with God and just not having the urge to see what is happening or the current trends that are happening, but just live my life on a daily basis and enjoy every moment as well. And then the second thing that I noticed about being on social media, it's a lot of work to follow people. It's a lot of work to follow people, because it's such an investment. You invest your time, your money from your data or your Wi-Fi, and also your emotions and your mental health as well. So when you're constantly following people, you love them, you like them, and you spend time to get to know them, and then when good things are happening for them, you are so excited, like yay. And then when sad things happen to them, you are also like heartbroken, even if you don't even know the person. so that's the thing. Somebody was fired from the network that she was working for, and I've been following the person and I've been loving the content. And then when she her contract was ended, or she was fired, I'm not sure what has happened, because I'm not following her on the other social media platforms where she'll be able to write or explain what had happened. But now my heart was painful. My heart was like heavy for her. I don't know if I'll ever meet the person or know her personally, but I felt the pain for her, and I just thought of the time and the emotional investment that I had made in following that person. So it takes a lot of work to follow somebody. You invest your time, you invest your emotion, and then you also invest your money as well. So those are the other things that you also need to be aware of, that you are investing your life in those little, whether it's 2 minutes a day or it's 5 minutes or just 30 minutes of watching somebody living their life as well. That is a huge investment that we are not even aware of. So what I realized, that now that I'm not really into the social media platforms, I get more time to read and invest in myself as well, and invest in my personal growth. And I think that is so important as well, that we get time just to know ourselves more than we know what people are saying. Jade from the Ramsey, she likes to say that people know a lot about how much money people are spending on the trips, on their cars, on their clothes, but yet we are not aware of our own financial situations. We are not even accountable to ourselves of how much we have spent, how much money we have spent, how much money we have spent on food, on clothes, on data, on all of those little things. But yet we are constantly following the next person, knowing what they what they are doing, what they are eating, but we are not watching out for ourselves as well. So I think that's the most important things that I noticed, that the things that I've seen online that are supposed to make me to be productive, I better put them to work. And I can't put them to work while I am constantly watching and never having the time to actually practice what I am learning as well. So I hope that this video will actually help you also to put your life into perspective, to check how much time you are spending online, on social media, whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or X, not Twitter, on X, and also listening of podcasts as well. Are you actually applying what you are listening to, or are you just saying oh wow, okay? But all that I'm saying is that whatever that you are consuming online, it better bring positivity, productivity, and also health to your soul, to your mind, and also to your body as well. At the end of the day, the people that we are following, they are called influencers. They are influencing you to live a type of lifestyle, or to buy something, or to do something, or whatever that they are trying to influence you into doing. So trying to keep up with that, or with that pressure of being influenced, like in the Christian sector, being influenced to pray more, to read more, even though those things are good things, but the pressure that comes along with that is also something else that is like a lot of work. Like for me personally, I followed like a lot of Christian Christian people, even though a lot of Christians, even though they are not influencers per se, but what the type of life that they are living may just make you sometimes wonder that, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough for God? Am I doing enough for my family, for my children, for myself, for my parents, for everything? Like you just keep on wondering, like in your mind. And that also is leading me to the third thing that I noticed, is that the comparison, that you always have to guard your heart from jealousy and envy as well. Because every time that someone is posting that, oh yes, I bought a new car, oh yes, I just got this degree, oh yes, I just got a new baby, and if you don't have those things right now, you might always have to be like guarding your heart to say, okay, wow, well done, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. And then it might, like, because the enemy is so sneaky, the devil, he might want to drop like a little bit of envy, a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of impatience, saying that, oh God, when oh God, when will it be my turn? Maybe you've been struggling to finish one degree, or you've been trying to have a baby, you've been trying to save money to pay your bills, and then there's someone who's posting now that, oh, I bought my car, I bought my new shoes, oh, I bought this bag. So that pressure might just or that exposure might also just influence you in the wrong way if you are not deliberate about guarding your heart, because the Bible says guard your heart with all diligence. So that's one of the things that I really had to just look, that am I really appreciating God for where I am currently, and am I enjoying my life as it is now? Or am I constantly comparing myself to the next person? I always like to make this example, that when I was pregnant with my second baby boy, and then I saw another lady, she was also just posting, like, not in a way to say that, oh yeah, I got a baby. She was just posting like, okay, yeah, I gave birth to my baby. And you know, as your baby is growing, you like to post pictures of you enjoying yourself. And then one day I was just sitting after our babies were both born. I think they were like 10, 11 months, 12 months by that time. And then I saw her baby, and the baby is almost the same age as mine. Her baby had like a full set of teeth, And then I just looked at mine. I'm like, where are your teeth? And by the time my baby only had like 4 or 6 of his baby teeth. And then I was like kind of concerned that, is my baby not growing well? Is my baby not growing at the correct amount of speed? Like, what's happening? And then like 2 weeks later or so, the lady posted again, and the child could not walk, or was not walking by that time, and mine was already running around and walking, even though his set of teeth was not complete. So it's those things that people are just living their lives, and you also have to live your life without comparing yourself to the next person. So social media can be a negative can be negatively used and negatively consumed when you are constantly comparing yourself and looking at what other people are doing, and then thinking that your own life is not making any progress as well. So when you actually realize that people are working, people are living their lives actually, and they're just sharing the happy moments, because nobody is going to post and say, oh, today I am so lazy, I don't feel like getting up. But they might post, but oh, okay, I've done this work, and this is the results. So one thing that we have to acknowledge is that nobody is posting online to try to say that, oh, I'm doing better than you. But at the end of the day, the enemy and our hearts as well can just turn that into envy and jealousy as well, and thinking that you are not enough, or you are not doing enough to be able to reach those standards as well. And one thing that we need to remember, not all of our lives are scripted the same way. Not all of our lives are gonna go the same way, and you are not the same as the next person. So as our faces are different, so are our lives, so are our journeys, so are our aspirations and passions and talents as well. Our lives will never be the same. Your life will never be the same as the next person. So what you need to do, or what I am doing right now, is sitting down and learning and rediscovering what are the talents, what is the purpose that God has for my life, and how do I live out that life without comparing it to the next person as well. And then the other thing that I noticed, this is like a side note, as a mother or as a parent as well, that kids are watching us. They are watching us, how much time we are spending on our phones. They are watching how much time we are spending on the TV or on the computer, and they are also emulating that. They are also copying and pasting it in their lives as well. And one of the things that really nudged me and made me to step away from social media and constantly being on my phone, most importantly, is because of my child. He used to say, Mama, I'm talking to you. Mama, I'm talking to you, and you're not listening to me. And I was like, but I'm listening. He says, no, Mama, I always talk to you, and you're not listening to me. Oh my God, that day my heart broke. My heart broke when I heard my child saying that I am not listening to him because I'm listening to someone else, or I'm watching someone else living their lives, and I'm just missing out on the little moments with my children as well. And the other thing is that with parents, we are always trying to push screens like TVs, tablets, phones on our little one. There's nothing that makes me angry and sad at the same time when I see a little child in a mall, in a shop, in a car, where they are always on their phones. Like kids nowadays, they don't get time to experience, to see the road going home. They don't get to see the shops, how things are stacked up in the shop. So if you are going out with your kids, let them see what's happening outside. Let them shop with you. This is the new thing that I'm doing now. Or I've been doing it for quite some time, that if I'm going shopping with my kids, they will help me. They will take the tissue, they will take the Weetabix, they will take the milk, they will carry anything that they can carry to help me to complete the shopping as well. So they can learn these things at a young age. Let them just be active and do what they need to do. Because now when we go to the bank or when we go somewhere with them and we need to sit down, I carry their toys and I carry their books. if you can't play with your car, you are gonna read your book. So let's just try to keep our kids also off the screens, off television, off the phones as well, because it will also help them as well to grow up into adults who are not addicted to their phones as well, because we know that everything nowadays is electronic, it's online, but we would like to just minimize the time that they also spend, just to help them also to cultivate a lifestyle without being attached to their screens as well. So yeah, that's it. I hope this video will also help you to just notice the type of lifestyle that you are living. Are you living a life based on social media, or are you living a life that is in line with your purpose and with the will and the plan of God in your life as well? So I hope this video will bless you, and if you liked today's video, please just give it a thumbs up and also subscribe if you have not. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.